Testing, testing, test, 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 test. All right, I think we are live. Okay, good morning. Let's start tapping. If you are a small content creator, if you're just starting out your YouTube channel like me, I would highly suggest you join me with tapping in this live stream because we're going to address all your limiting beliefs. Well, we're going to address the surface level of your limiting beliefs. And I think I'm going to make a series on this. So you definitely want to join me with the tapping, and you want to join me in changing your limiting beliefs. So if you are like me, you may have had several YouTube channels in the past. If you are like me, you may have thought of, and like, how do I actually grow on YouTube, and how do I, build this social media profile? How do I build this brand, etc.? And while I cannot tell you all of those things, okay, because I'm also now, I guess, starting over from scratch, what I can tell you is that we have to let go of those beliefs, because those beliefs are not going to serve us. Those beliefs are not going to get us to where we want to be. So I suggest you start tapping with me, just like I'm doing right here. Tap on your collarbone, right? So on the two little ball points right here, tap on that area, spread your fingers out and start tapping. And I suggest that you start right now thinking of that belief. What is that number one belief that you have that is haunting you? What is that limiting belief that you have that is resurfacing in your mind over and over again, and it's causing you to feel doubt? It's causing you to feel not good about yourself. It's causing you to take action that is premature, ill-timed. Okay, this is making some sort of sound. Hold on a second. I hear this feedback. It doesn't sound good. One second. Testing, testing. And these beliefs, I remember reading some books on trading psychology. Since I was trading the financial markets, right now I'm taking a break to recover from a traumatic experience. And I remember, what is going on here? Oh, that's really testing, testing, testing. Oh boy, this is what the fuck is going on right now? Testing, 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 testing. Okay, I think good enough is gonna be good enough. Okay, that's frustrating. That's a perfectionist part. I'm recognizing that part. And you may have a perfectionist part as well. You may have a part of you that is fixating on little details. You may have a belief that lighting just has to be perfect. The microphone has to be a certain way. The tooth fairy has to come onto my channel or something for me to grow my YouTube channel, for me to grow my social media following, for me to make it as a full-time content creator. Fill in the blank. There is a limiting belief in all of us. I believe when we first start out, especially, can I really do this? Can I really succeed at this endeavor? And I invite you to tap with me today to look at what that limiting belief is for you. I think I'm going to make a series of smaller, more granular limiting beliefs and just really focus in on what is it? What are those limiting beliefs? What are the most common limiting beliefs of content creators, especially just starting out? So if you're happening to watch this, if you happen to watch this and you have a specific limiting belief that you want addressed and you want to tap on, I invite you to come to my channel or leave a comment on what is the limiting belief that you have and let us tap on this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this up on the screen right now. I'm gonna put this up on the screen right now so that we have this for the live streams moving forward. Good enough is good enough. That's my motto from now on. Good enough is good enough. Open invitation. Yes, that actually could have been more helpful. That could have been way more helpful to have done that, right? Damn it. All right, whatever. This is my process. Oh, right. No, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Let's say yes, yes, yes. Bingo. Brilliant. Progression, not perfection. You know, I'm taking these live streams to practice. So it doesn't really affect me either way. It does not affect me either way. It does not. I choose for it not to affect me either way. How do I... Is there any way to center this text? Come on. Okay, that's good enough, and that's good enough. Okay, so as it says on the screen, I'm gonna give an open invitation. If you're new to EFT tapping and want to tap with me on the morning live stream, DM me on Instagram at I am Gabriel Serra. And I'll give you a Zoom link to join. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. So, open invitation. There we go. Now we got it. There we go. I just create as I go along. If you're new to EFT tapping and want to tap with me on the morning live stream, DM me on Instagram at I am Gabriel Serra, and I will give you a Zoom link to join. Very simple, right? That's easy. That's pretty easy. Okay, good. Now let's get back to it. So you have these ideas about yourself. They may not be true. They may not be true at all. And these beliefs that you may have about yourself, they limit you from taking greater action. Like, for example, the other day, I tapped on making excuses, and the excuse was, I don't have my key light yet, so, and I don't have my background chroma key, so I can't make shorts just yet. And that's a bunch of bullshit. Right? I was waiting for all the equipment to come in. I made that excuse for myself to not do the thing. And I think this was yesterday morning's live stream. And these are the excuses. These are the beliefs that we have. I have to wait for this thing to come in. I have to wait for the conditions to be just right. And the truth is, the conditions may never be right. They may never be right at all. And so your biggest advantage right now is just to go. What I'm doing is I'm using Notion. All right, give you my secret. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, but here's my hunch after all of these years of starting a YouTube channel and then not necessarily quitting YouTube, because you only quit YouTube if you actually just permanently quit. But starting YouTube, letting go of the channel, starting over, and repeating that process a couple of times. What I've learned is that creating, I think, is overrated, and I would much rather be like Andy Warhol and create a system. And I would rather systematize my art. I would rather systematize my process of creating content. And in order for me to do that, I need a system. So I've been using Notion, and I've been creating operating systems for this channel, personal brand, and other areas of my life that are important to me, like a family operating system, relationship operating system, life operating system, etc. And these beliefs, I believe they can be systematically released from the subconscious mind if you have a proven and repeatable process to do that, which I do at this stage of my journey, because I have been doing this inner work for the last almost 10 years in specific. And I know that your identity is comprised of a whole bunch of beliefs and feelings. So who you think you are is just based on your beliefs. Do you believe that you're a night owl? Well, if that's true for you, you're going to be most active during the night. If you believe and your values are aligned with being an early bird, you're very likely going to wake up early. Very simple. Very simple. If you hate waking up early, okay, if you hate waking up early and you have to wake up early for whatever reason, whether you work a job or you have kids you have to take to school, if you have a conflict with something like that, it's going to be very hard for you to wake up in the morning. You're going to find reasons to hit the snooze button. You're going to find reasons to get out of bed. It's not anything outside of you. It's all your perception of reality. Just like a YouTuber that's just starting out is saying the YouTube algorithm hates me. No, it doesn't hate you. No, it's just that you, number one, are probably inconsistent. Number two, your content probably is too vague. And number three, if you're not meeting the needs of the YouTube algorithm, remember, it's a business. What is it designed to do? It's designed to make money. How does it make money? In this specific scenario, YouTube makes money through advertising, keeping people on the platform. So if you can keep people on the platform, if you can keep people watching, they're going to watch. That means YouTube is going to make money. How? Because it's going to make money from advertising. It's that simple. And it's not just big brands like a Coca-Cola or Nike or DJI or whatever. It's everyone now that has the capacity to do this. So if you know how to keep people watching, if you have the ability to capture people's attention and keep them on this particular platform, you're going to be rewarded. It's very simple. Create content that people want to see. Work on your storytelling. Work on your communication skills. Be consistent. Put the work in. Systematize your art. Meet those needs of YouTube, and you will be fine. So let's address one common belief right now. Let's address one huge elephant in the room belief about YouTube. What is that from me? There may be something for you, a limiting belief for you. Maybe there's something for me. And we're going to figure this out right now. We're going to figure this out right now. But before we do, my name is Gabriel Serra. I really got to pepper that in much sooner. Or maybe I don't. Maybe that's just a belief. Either which way, let's begin with a prayer. If that's not your thing, then let you get a coffee or use a toilet or something. But I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray that we change these limiting beliefs for the better. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our debtors as we forgive our debts. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive our trespassors. Forgive our trespassers as we forgive our trespasses. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, God, for all of the blessings, miracles, and gifts of this day. Thank you, God, for giving us the courage and the support to clear whatever is the most pressing, limiting belief that we have so that we can let this go with grace and ease and send it back to your light for permanent and everlasting transmutation and transformation. And so it is, and so it was. Thank you. Okay, so limiting belief for me just came up as I was in prayer. The limiting belief for me that just came up as I was in prayer was, what if no one cares? What if this doesn't work out? What if this doesn't work? Okay. What I realized from YouTube, and again, maybe the time has changed. Maybe the platform has gotten so big now that, yeah, it does matter. I don't know. I don't think so. I remember, though, in 2017 and 18, when I started, I think my second or third YouTube channel at that time, I remember that YouTube channel would grow very quickly to about 15,000 subscribers. And while that's still a very small channel, that's like nothing right now compared to like a Mr. Beast who has hundreds of millions, like 450, almost 500 million subscribers, which is great for him. What I've realized is that at that time, I started that YouTube channel and I was able to grow it with a smartphone, with just a smartphone, no audio, no lighting, just regular lighting, no special lighting or anything like this, no TubeBuddy, no vidIQ, no AI thumbnail generator, nothing. The bare minimum. And there was a crack on that smartphone screen, and it was right near the camera lens when you do the selfie mode. So imagine I'm here making videos. I got myself a tripod, a simple tripod from Amazon, and I was right here, and I would just be recording these videos. And that grew to about 15,000 subscribers, just like that, basically. I did all of the editing. I did all of the content production from that smartphone. I made all the thumbnails and everything from that smartphone. How is that possible? How is that possible? Why did that happen? It's because I was focused on one specific video type, which was TARO, tarot, and I was able to meet the needs of the viewer. When I look back at it, my growth would ultimately slow down, and I would ultimately give that channel to my partner. Why? Because of my beliefs. Because I wanted to document and vlog my experience. I would get tired of making tarot videos over and over and over again. And that felt like a massive hamster wheel, just constantly creating tarot videos. Some people would be like, why are you showing your face? I want to see the cards. I would show my face and the cards. Some people would be like, whoa, wow, why don't we see your face? And it would drive me fucking crazy. It would drive me crazy. And this time, these thoughts are, what if it doesn't work out? Because clearly, I've been doing about 45 live streams now. Why don't I have not one subscriber? I'm getting views. So I know that the moment is going to come, because once I finish this system, I'm going to really get the engines going for the content. I'm going to make sure that's set up with the equipment, with the shorts, with the videos. So it's not just going to be live streams, it's going to be shorts and videos. And the purpose of that is to really figure out what is it that people are watching, what are people searching for, and how can I be of service? Where can I be of service? And I think that serving content creators like yourself could be an idea. So this is my limiting belief. You think about your limiting belief, and let's tap on this. So my limiting belief is, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? What if it does not work out? What if it doesn't work out? And you know what? I am going to change that here. Yes. Perfect. Cool. So I'm giving myself permission to do that. I'm giving myself permission to explore what I feel may be good. Not just from this standpoint, but from an overall brand standpoint. And I'm not going to be shy about this. Like, hey, if you want to be poor and you want to be like, oh, that's gimmicky that he's putting up his website and he's saying these things and he was reminding people his name is Gabriel Serra and his website is IamGabrielSerra.com. Okay, fine. There are a whole bunch of other YouTubers, or there's a whole bunch of other EFT tappers out there. That's fine. I cannot please everyone. I cannot please you. If those are your thoughts, if they're not, then just disregard it. It's all in my head. That's fine. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to work on my mental health, just like you're here to work on yours. I'm here to work on my emotional well-being, just like you're here to work on yours. That's it. I'm not going to be able to suffice or to satisfy everyone's needs. I can only speak to people that resonate with me and that I resonate with them. And that's it. And that's the truth. And that's got to be the same truth for you, I think. I think you have to have the same belief as well, to realize, yeah, I'm not going to get everyone here. Yeah, what is the point of me doing YouTube? What is the ultimate goal of me doing YouTube? Is it really to create content? Am I really choosing to make this just a hobby, or do I really want to do this professionally? And I've been tapping for these last couple of days, and I've been realizing I would actually really like to do this professionally. That's it. I'll be honest. I think this is way more fun than trading the financial markets. And I could do this all day long. I really could. I really could. I could literally tap here. I could be with someone right now. I could literally be with you right now on this live stream, you and me, and I could help you tap out whatever your limiting beliefs are. I can help you release any stuck emotions, trapped memories. I can do that. I can't say, oh, you have paranoid schizophrenia or whatever. I cannot do that for you. I cannot do that, okay? I cannot prescribe you medication or anything like that, and I don't want to. But I can help you figure out what are your limiting beliefs, address them, find them, think about your memories from the past when you were a kid and this and this and this happened. I can help you remove the charges to that. I can help you release that inner child wound or that whatever core issue was that you had, and work through that until it's completely gone, until it's completely dissolved. Because I've been doing this work. And I realized to myself, this I can do. This I really can do. And I enjoy it. I find it very relaxing. And I find it very interesting, actually, to go very deep within my own subconscious mind and to help other people go very deep within their subconscious mind and figure out what their shit is. so that they can move beyond that and get to the next level of their life. I really, really do. And that's what I do with my partner, Hema. And that's what I do for anyone that is interested in this stuff. But there's that limiting belief. What if this doesn't work? What if I get frustrated? What if I quit? What if I'm just a quitter? So I'm going to be tapping on that. Find your limiting belief right now, identify it, and let's tap on it. We're going to start off with the setup statement. Starting with the karate chop. All of the EFT points are in the description box. Hold on a second, it's cold. Just have to make sure the heater is on because it's cold. It's getting cold. Okay. Even though I believe that this may not work out, I accept what that belief is telling me. Even though I currently believe building a social media personal brand may not work out, I choose to acknowledge what that means. Even though I may have a fear that building a personal brand on social media may not work out for me, I choose to accept myself as I am and figure out why that is. I'm going to go into the first round. It's going to be just a very light tapping. And the point of this is just to figure out what's in there, get warmed up, and get the subconscious to do the work. Because as you keep tapping and as you go through this, you'll realize that the subconscious will surface. It'll surface the belief. It'll surface the memories for you. It'll help you get clarity. And then you'll feel a certain feeling. And that's where we'll tap. So let's do this first round. Let's get the warm up in. What if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? What if this does not work out? What if I wasted more money on this equipment? What if I really wasted so much more money on this equipment? What if I don't deserve to have this equipment? What now? I have this belief. What if it doesn't work out? Even though I currently doubt whether or not this is going to work out, I choose to be optimistic. Even though I may fear that I wasted money and this doesn't work out for me, I choose to be optimistic. Even though I fear this may not work out for me. And I might not succeed. I choose to be optimistic. Even though I'm afraid this may not work out for me, I choose to be optimistic. Even though I fear this may not work out for me and I may fail once again, I choose to be optimistic. And now, let's put the projector on the screen. Imagine with your third eye that you see a memory of yourself, a younger version of you connected to your limiting belief. It could be this. It could be exactly what I'm talking about, which is my case. In my case, figure out what that is for you. Figure out what that is for you. What is that for you? What is that for you? What's the limiting belief? Fear of being seen. I believe if I'm seen and I grow this YouTube channel, people are going to hate me or something, or I'm going to fall apart. I'm going to be so successful that my life is, I'm going to fuck up my life or something. Whatever that belief is, figure that out for yourself. For me, it's this belief, what if this does not work out? What if I waste my time once again? I remember in my early 20s, I was seeing people, certain YouTubers like Gary Vaynerchuk, Christian Guzman, and Casey Neistat in particular. Those were the YouTubers that I really enjoyed watching their content. And some YouTubers have now passed. It wasn't necessarily like follow all of their content, but I've seen the rise and the evolution of some of these guys. Christian Harrier, I think his name is. Austin Dunham. Marie Forleo. And I remember watching some of their YouTube channels, and I was inspired by their channels. Especially Christian Guzman. When he started out his YouTube channel, he was starting it out from his college dorm or something. And I think he dropped out of college or something like this. But he was into fitness and he was just documenting it. And I remember this one video in particular that I was thinking to myself, wow, like you can really do that on YouTube. And this may have been like 2013 or 2014. And in this particular video that Christian Guzman had filmed, it was when he had gotten enough subscribers, fans to his channel that were watching his content, that followed around his story, that heard him and really enjoyed what he had to offer. And he was putting it in order to start up a athletic apparel company. I think it was called Alphalete. I think he still runs it. And I remember seeing this video when he had the cash from his audience, because his audience crowdfunded him. They invested into the idea. And then he put it in order. And I remember when he put in that order, he hit the click. And I remember, like, he was in tears. I remember Christian Guzman being in tears, and that made me cry. I saw him cry, that made me cry. And I cried tears of joy because I could feel that. I could feel that emotion. I could feel how great that was. It was like I was living through him in that moment. And that made me think, like, wow, can I do that too? And not to play the race card or anything. I just happened to get inspired, especially from him, because he's a Spanish guy. I'm Spanish. And I saw him do it. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I can do that too at that time, right? At that time, at that level of consciousness that I was at. And that made me feel like maybe I can do that. And I wanted to, and I would go out and get a camera eventually. And then I realized that wasn't the right fit for me. That is not how I wanted to express myself. And there was a lot of challenges at that time. And I got discouraged. I got discouraged with that first YouTube channel. This was around the time when even getting 1 million subscribers was a huge deal. It was a huge deal. PewDiePie was the #1 YouTuber at that time. So all the attention was on him. Now he's like just no offense, he's just like a face in the crowd right now. But he was the #1 guy. He was the #1 guy, and he really enjoyed it too. Like, he found success. He found the thing that he enjoyed doing, which was those YouTube videos. And I think I found the thing that I enjoyed doing, because I could do this. I really could do this. Like, all day. And I would prefer to actually meet with somebody. I would prefer to tap with people on camera and help them through their thing too. Because I know what that was like. I know what it was like to go through these experiences and to have this thought in your head, like, what's wrong with you? And this was a real thought for me. I used to think, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Because at some point in my 20s, seeing other people have success and me not being able to get there, I started to look at myself and I started to ask, well, why am I not like there? And so I started to compare myself. Yes, I'm honest. Maybe I still have these insecurities. Probably, very likely. And I think this is an insecurity. Like, what if it's not good enough? What if I haven't put in enough work to say, why haven't I succeeded? And I haven't been showing my work. And this is me showing my work. This is me showing what I do. Waking up at 4, getting on the live stream, and making sure that that's documented and that's there. That's there for all the world to see. And this thought, what if it doesn't work out? I'm scared about that. I'm scared if this does not work out. Because I don't know what else I'd want to do with my life. I was trading the financial markets for cash. That's the irony. I'm trading the financial markets for cash, and I'd do anything but turn a profit on that. I know what to do. I've made enough mistakes, and I've had some successes to know, okay, this works, this doesn't work, and I have to do it like this. And now I just have to test it and just let the odds play out. Let enough trades play out. And there's a part of me that does enjoy trading as well. There's part of me that enjoys the quiet chess mental aspect of it. But it's not a game. It's a business. You're trading to make money. That's the whole purpose of that. And I'm just concerned because I really like what I'm doing. I really like this. Did I invent EFT tapping? No. Does that matter? No. Just the same as like, did I invent the violet flame? No, that's Saint Germain's thing. But I use it. And I think these are all tools that people use to help them. Did I create psychedelics? No, but I use them. And I definitely damn sure as hell advocate for them. Because I think they have made a huge impact and difference in my state of consciousness and my emotional state, and me helping me to deal with the fuckery of life. Let's take a deep breath. Focus that energy. Feel yourself getting more centered. Get back in tune with that limiting belief. This also gives a chance for the nervous system, your energetic nervous system, your autonomic nervous system to relax. Studies have shown now that EFT tapping can reduce cortisol levels, I think over 20% within a few rounds of tapping, which is very helpful for becoming very stress resilient. So that's good. I will eventually have all that data and stats and all those stats in PowerPoint slides using AI, yes, because I'm going to make sure that all that information is properly aggregated as efficiently as possible, because that takes a lot of work and time too. What if it doesn't work out for me? This has been the thought in my head. What if it doesn't work out for me? What if it doesn't work out? What if I spent money on this camera and this microphone? What if I spent money on this and it doesn't work out for me? I ordered the stream deck, I ordered the lights, I ordered the backdrop. What if it doesn't work out for me? What if I get deported because I'm out of status, filed for asylum? I have kids to think about now. I can't just be going on a whim anymore and just stopping and going. And this has been a pattern in my 20s especially. Yeah, I acknowledge that when I graduated from college, I remember around that time, 2010, I couldn't find a job. And I think that really was very traumatizing. And I think that's the source of where the trauma has come from. I went to school believing, being brainwashed by adults in the outer world to go to school, get a college degree, because with a college degree, you'll be making 6 figures a year annually. That may have been true pre-2007, but after that time, nope. And today, I think going to college, unless it's for something very specific, is a waste of time. I think it is a waste of time. A lot of people from college that I used to talk to and hang out with, I don't. I do not. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just life gets in the way as you get older. Life happens and you get busy. And then before you know it, it's already 5:30 in the morning, you know? You know how fast time goes when you're my age, 36 years old? It goes fast. And maybe that 2010 era, when I graduated from university, from college, maybe that was really traumatic for me. I think that may have been really traumatic for me. I think that may have made me feel not good enough because I couldn't get a job. I was working non-paid internships. I was working at a GameStop on 34th Street in Manhattan. I was the guy standing there at the front, answering people's questions, welcoming them into GameStop like a jerk. And I did that for about 2 weeks. My ego was very attached to that. I believed then, like, I should not be working at a GameStop. I just graduated from one of the top schools in the country. Like, how is this possible? That's ego. That's real ego. And I also think God maybe have done that to humble me, and maybe to humble a whole bunch of other people too. Because now where am I? Filled with doubt, uncertain, believing, having this thought, what if this doesn't work out again? There's no one around me encouraging me to do what I'm doing. It's me alone with my thoughts. It's me having faith and trusting in God that this vision, this idea, these thoughts that God is showing me, it's here for a reason. And I'm scared. What if I'm creating it? What if I'm creating my own vision because I don't see any vision? What if God doesn't have a vision for me? What if God does not have a vision for me and I'm just choosing to believe with all my heart that God has to care about everyone to some capacity? What if that's not true? Why is it that Peggy Sue has success and I don't? Does God not want me to be successful? There we go. That yawning was a clue. What if God doesn't want me to be successful? That's another thought. What if God doesn't want me to succeed? What if God doesn't want it to work out for me? God is the creator of heaven and earth. I believe that. I choose to believe that. And I choose to believe that if God wanted to at any moment, God could make this YouTube channel grow as fast as possible at lightning speed. At lightning speed, God can make this channel grow so fast. Why not? Why not me? Why not? Is it really that difficult to succeed? Yes. There's a thought. There's a part of me that believes it's very difficult to succeed. Okay, so now I'm going to go there. Maybe it's difficult to succeed. And that's why it doesn't work out. Because maybe success is like only for a select few people. Do I believe that success is for a select few people? Yes. No. Okay, so there's uncertainty. There's confusion. There is probably a part of me that is confused. There's probably a part of me that's just confused because that's not the truth of who I am. Because what's the truth? When we're kids, when we're children, if you think about this, didn't you have all the confidence as a kid? Weren't you like so certain? Didn't you pretend like you were a superhero? Probably. What happened? What made you doubtful? What made you feel like you couldn't do something? It probably was a traumatic experience, and that is stored in your body. That's stored inside of you. It's not the truth. You can release it. You can let it go. You have the capacity to let it go. And the way you let it go is by confronting it. Confronting your feelings. Confronting your fears. Confronting your worries. Confronting your concerns. That's it. It's just about confronting those concerns. Because it's just asking for attention. It's just asking for your love. That's all this is. It's just asking for love. It needs love. It needs you to shine a light on the issue. Shine the light on the issue. And the issue is that belief. What if it doesn't work out? What if God doesn't want me to succeed? God, do you want me to succeed? No. Well, then that's not the truth. Is it? I don't know. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though God does not want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe that God does not want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God does not want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God does not want me to succeed, I choose to love God anyway. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love myself regardless and be happy as I am right now. Even though God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love myself and accept myself as I am right now regardless and just be happy with my life as it is. Even though I believe God does not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy right now as I am, regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself as I am right now and be happy with my life as it is right now, regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love myself and be kind to myself and forgive myself and be happy with where I am in my life right now, regardless. All right, let's do it. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I am in my life, regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself as I am and be happy with where I'm at in my life right now, regardless. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God doesn't want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life right now, regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life, regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. Even though I believe God may not want me to succeed, I choose to love and accept myself and be happy with where I'm at in my life regardless. All of these thoughts, all of these ideas, all of these beliefs, what if they're not true? What if they're not true? What if they're just thoughts? What if it's not even real? What if this is not even real? What if God does want me to succeed, but I just believe God does not? What if I have a much bigger purpose and I've been playing small? What if I just need to clear my limiting beliefs and work on my trapped emotions? What if I can release the stored charges to these emotions? What if success is possible? But there's that belief. What if it doesn't work out for me? Just like in 2010. What if it doesn't work out for me? And from the era of 2010 to 2020, from that time period, what was happening? What was happening in my life? What was happening in my life around that time was I wasn't able to get a full-time job. I never worked a full-time job. I was working always part-time jobs, never full-time jobs. I worked an internship at Madison Square Garden, which was very corporate, and I hated it. I did that for a few months and I could not do that. And I could not see myself doing that for the rest of my life. And around that time, that's when YouTube really started to elevate. And yeah, I feel stupid. I could have been there. I could have been that person. I could have been that guy doing that for all those years. I could have been there. But I wasn't. But positively speaking, maybe, just maybe, the system that I'm creating can help me be so organized, and I can have the right working procedures and etc. for my systems where I make up for that lost time. I hope so. Because I would much rather systematize content creation and production than thinking of what am I going to create next? What am I going to do next? That takes a lot of energy. And I wouldn't want that. That would not make me happy either. And getting back to the story, in 2010, from 2010 to 2020, in that 10-year period of my life, I've worked part-time jobs, never had a full-time job, always struggling to make ends meet. And it was like I never got the footing. I never got my traction. Why? Maybe because even that experience was very traumatic. Maybe it was traumatic too. And that could be why I have the thought of, what if this doesn't work out? Because I didn't have that thought before. When I was like 18, I thought I was going to rule the world. I really thought I was going to conquer a whole bunch of shit. And I had that idea in my head. So I already believed that I could do anything. So why didn't it go that way? I think it's because there was traumatic experiences in my life that kind of knocked me down, and it took the wind out of my sails, so to speak. And I wasn't able to move forward. It was like I was just stuck. I was just stuck right here, and I couldn't move any further. And I remember the first time that I set up a YouTube channel, I was begging people on Facebook to subscribe. I was saying, hey, can you subscribe to my channel? Can you subscribe to my channel? Can you subscribe to my channel? No one was watching. So there was no point in asking people to subscribe to my channel. And that's why right now, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of asking people to subscribe to my channel. I don't know. Like, if you like it, you're going to watch it. If you want to keep going, you're going to fucking subscribe. You already know what to do by this time. Like, so many people are saying, like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, do all that bullshit. You already know what to do. You already know what to do if you like the content. No one needs to tell you. So why would I waste my breath doing that? That's like desperate energy. But I also understand the opposite end of that. If you don't do that, do people take you seriously? Are you afraid to ask for the sale? So I can get both ends of the spectrum. As of right now, my belief is I don't like doing that. I think it's corny. I think it's very obvious now at this stage in 2025 that if someone wanted to really subscribe to someone's YouTube channel, they know how to do it, and they would actually do it, and they would hit the subscribe button if it actually resonated with them. But if it doesn't resonate with someone, they're not going to do it. It's just that simple. You're either going to like the content or you're not. You're either going to resonate with it or you're not. You're going to do it or you're not. So it's up to me. It's up to me to get out of my head and to get this content going and to create value. And that's what I choose to do. I choose to create value. I choose to have the channel evolve eventually to where people come onto the channel and I help them through their shit and I get the borrowing benefits. And I think that would be cool. I think it would be really cool. And I'm motivated to do that. I'm actually really motivated to do that. I'm motivated to get out there. I spent the last 5 years in a lot of isolation and quiet, like in a dungeon, just doing a lot of work. Doing a ton of work on myself, trading, making tons of mistakes. But I think that it was the times where I didn't just stick with it and figure out how to pivot where maybe that belief built into my head, like, what if this doesn't work out again? What if I'm a failure? What if I'm a loser? And I'm not sure if there's a fine line between quitting and pivoting, or knowing when to quit, knowing when to call it quits. Society makes it seem very bad when someone quits. Call them a quitter. You're a quitter. You're this, you're that. Yeah, I think it is important sometimes to quit something if you're not interested in it. So even though there was a part of me, there you go, there's the quitter part. Let's talk to that quitter part. Dun dun dun, we've got the quitter part. All right, here we go. Let's do it, let's do it. Okay. So now I'm going to get into the head of the quitter. I'm going to get into the thoughts of the quitter part in me. I think we all have a quitter part. And I think that's why this thought of why doesn't this work out for me? Or what if this doesn't work out for me is coming up. It needs attention. It needs your attention. So whatever's coming up for you, if you've been tapping with me this whole time and this resonates with you as well, then I invite you to tap with me, because this may be the issue that you have. This may be the thing that is getting in the way. And for me, I definitely am recalling a couple of memories of the quitter part. So I want to hear what this quitter has to say. And I want to help this quitter go back to God's light. All right, let's do it. Finally, you listen to me. I've been getting your attention for years. And you finally started paying attention. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to quit. I want to leave. But you've been keeping me here. You've been keeping me in. I want to go. And I know you want me to go. So it's time to leave. Yes, there was that time when you played baseball. You were 5 years old or 6 years old, and you quit in the middle of the game. It was the 5th inning, and you quit. You're 5 years old playing baseball. It was the 5th inning. It wasn't the bottom of the 9th. And what'd you do? You quit. You left. You got bored. You got bored, and so you left. And that became your pattern. When you were frustrated, it was much easier to just quit. And that haunted you for the rest of your life. And that baseball coach said, if he does this, he's going to probably quit for the rest of his life. And what happened? When going gets tough, what'd you do? You quit. But at the same time, too, have compassion for yourself, because the reason why you're quitting is because you're not really happy. And you're not really happy because what you're doing is you're just focused on money. That's it. That's all you're focused on. You're just focused on money. And the reason why you were focused on money is because when you were 12 years old and you were evicted, being homeless was terrible. It was terrible to be homeless. It was horrible for you. And that traumatized you. And ever since being homeless, you became obsessed with money. You became so fearful and so afraid that money started to rule you. It still has power over you today. It still consumes you because you allowed it to consume you. That's the truth. And that's where you are right now. Money consumes you. Money has a grip on you. Because you believe that money will keep you safe. You believe that money will have you fed, that money will have you sheltered, that money will have you clothed, that money will protect you. And it's none of those things. That's what you observed. That's what looks real to you. But is that the truth? No. The truth is, God is with you. God is watching. And if you choose to believe that, that's your belief. That's fine. That's up to you to believe that. It's up to you to decide what's true about that or not. What's true? You were obsessed with money. You put so much importance on money, especially after being homeless. Yes, that was traumatizing for you, Gabriel. That was very traumatizing for you. That made you feel very insecure. That made you feel very doubtful. And that made you now give away a lot of your power. It's time to take your power back. It's time to bring your power back to you. That time period was very devastating. It was very devastating. To not have money to buy food, it was very devastating. To live with relatives that were mentally ill. And that affected you for the rest of your life, even still today. And it's time to become aware of that and let it go. And I want you to let me go now. I want you to set me free. I want to be free. I want to be free. It is important to quit sometimes. It is important to quit when you don't feel aligned with it. It's important to know when to pivot. Some people consider that quitting. You can look at it as either you're a quitter or you were taking a break or you're pivoting. What do you want to do? That comes down to you and your state of perception. How do you want to see this? Do you really want to live your life seeing yourself as a quitter. No, I don't. Okay then. So what do you think has to happen now? I gotta let you go. Exactly. You gotta let me go. So let me go now. And let's end this right here. Let's be free now. Let's be free now. And let's move on. Okay, there you have it. That was the quitter part. Okay. Bring out the quitter part in your left hand, God in your right hand, whatever your image or your vision of God is, or your inner divine, whatever helps you feel better. And let's send that part back now to God's light. Let's do a muscle test just to confirm. Show me yes, show me no, show me true, show me false. My name is Gabriel, my name is Hema, my name is Mama, my name is Gabriel. There is a quitter part in me. Okay. There was a quitter part in me. I already sent the quitter part back to God's light. It's time to send the quitter part back to God's light. Okay. The quitter part is ready to go back to God's light right now. Good. Okay, let's do it. Thank you, quitter part, for your messages. God bless you. I love you, and I apologize for creating you. Please forgive me. God, forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I forgive the world, and I thank you for your existence. With unconditional love and acceptance, I now send you back to God's light for permanent and everlasting transmutation and transformation. And so it is, and so it was. Thank you. See that quitter part going back to God's light, merging with the divine. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. Okay. So that was the quitter part right there. Let's finish this up and let's bring this home, okay? So now we're going to transition this and we're going to work on getting into a better state now. Even though I believed it wouldn't work out for me to build a personal brand on social media like YouTube, I can recognize now that it was just the fear. Even though I believed that succeeding in building a personal brand wouldn't work out for me, I now recognize that that was possibly the quitter part of me speaking. And even though I believed it may not work out for me to build a personal brand and have success on YouTube, I now recognize and see that that was just a false belief that did not serve me anymore. Maybe I do have what it takes to succeed. Maybe I am capable. All right, let's start that over here. Let's start that over. Maybe I do have what it takes to succeed. Maybe I do have what it takes to succeed. Maybe I am capable of great success right now. Maybe it was just a limiting belief that I had. But I can let that go. I can let it go and I can be successful now. I can make it work. Even though I believed it may not work out for me, I choose to make it work now. If I'm really sincerely passionate about this thing, I can make it work. And I choose to make it work. I really choose to make it work now. And I choose to have a good time making it work. I choose to feel good about myself. I choose to make it work. I choose to have great success now. Maybe it can be easier. Maybe I am capable. Maybe I do have what it takes to succeed. And I choose to make that work now. I choose to change my beliefs about myself and what I'm capable of now. I choose to take one action that is going to support me changing my life around. I choose to change who I think I am now. I choose to expand. I choose to raise my vibration and consciousness now. And I believe I can do it. I just had this fear of what if it didn't work out? And I realized that that's not going to help. If this is the thing that I want to do, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do that with great love, wisdom, and power, and effortless simplicity. I'm going to make it so simple on myself. I'm going to make sure I have the right structure. I'm going to make sure that I do what's required. And I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do it from a very peaceful and a beautiful state. I'm going to put the work in. And I'm going to do only the things that I enjoy. And the things that I don't enjoy, I'm going to try to outsource it. I'm going to make it easy on myself. I don't have to make it a struggle. I can make it incredibly easy on myself. And that's all I have to do. And I choose to do this with great love in my heart. Even though I believed it may not work out for me, I choose for it to work out now. Even though I believed it may not work out for me, I choose to make it all work out now. Okay, now let's move on and let's start to anchor in a new belief here. Now that I see things differently. I move forward and take aligned action. Now that I see it differently, I choose to take a new action now. Now that I have changed my perception, I choose to take a new action now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I've changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I've changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. Now that I have changed my perception, I can move forward now. What if it does work out? What if it actually does work out? What if I actually do succeed? Now that I've changed my perception, I believe it could work out. What if it does actually work out for me? Maybe that was just a faulty belief. What if it doesn't work out for me? Well, what if it actually does work out for me? What if it actually does work out for you? What if it does work out for us? What if we really do succeed at growing our channels, building a personal brand or building a brand or building whatever it is that you want to do? What if you actually succeed at that? How would that make you feel? I would feel so relieved. I know that I would feel so relieved. Oh, and I could feel that in my chest. I can feel myself being able to breathe much deeper now. It feels so much better. It feels so much lighter. Because now I believe that it can work out. Yes, what if it can work out? What if it is working out already? What if it is already working out? What if I already am doing the thing? What if it's already a positive outcome? What if it's already a very positive outcome and I'm doing it right now? I'm just literally going. I'm just tapping and I'm having a good time doing this. What if it's really that easy? What if it is really truly that easy and I'm just doing it right now and there's nothing else to do? Like I said, I can do this all day. I can do this all day. I can really do this all day. This is so easy for me. This is so incredibly simple. I can do this all day long. It's so incredibly easy. And I believe now that, yeah, maybe it can work out. Maybe it can work out now because I feel good about this. And I feel like I can do this all day long. Really, I feel like I can do this all day long. And I think that's what a lot of people were talking about when they talked about success. Like, it doesn't even feel like working. It just feels like you're just doing it. That's it. And that's what I feel right now. I feel like I'm just literally doing it. Is it cold in this room? Yes. It's so cold in this room. It's so incredibly cold in this room. But I'm doing it. I feel the cold. I feel the chill in my spine because there's no heater on in this room and it's a very old house. It's 200 to 300 years old. But does that really matter right now? No, because I'm doing it. I made sure I got the work done, and I'm doing it, and it feels good. And I feel good with what I'm doing, and I accept myself as I am. I accept what I'm doing. I accept me tapping. This is it. I like to do it. I like to do it, and I'm doing it. So what if it can work out now? Even though there may be a thought that says, what if you don't like doing it in the future? Maybe I just pivot. Maybe I'd find something else. I don't know. But for right now, I like doing it. For right now, I think it's helpful. I think it's helping me take care of my mental and emotional health and well-being. And I like it. And I like showing up for myself. I like taking care of my emotional hygiene. I like taking care of me. And it feels good. It feels very good. This feels very effortless. And it feels very simple to me. And I enjoy it. And I'm having a good time. I'm having a very good time doing this. So there's no need to feel anything else here. I feel good as I am. It feels good to me to do this. I like this. I feel very good. And I feel very grateful that I had the opportunity to do this. I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to change that limiting belief, because it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me to think, what if that doesn't work out for me? What if it does work? What if it works even better than you imagine? All because you showed up. That's it. And it's that simple. And it can always be that simple. And it is the simplest thing. It is the simplest thing. And I'm just choosing to show up with an open heart. I'm just choosing to show up with great love in my heart. As free of the outcome as I can possibly be. I choose to show up and be as free of the outcome as I can possibly be. And I choose to do it with great love. I choose to love myself sincerely. I choose to love myself dearly. And I choose to be happy. I choose to be really happy. And I choose to be honest with myself when I don't feel my best. I choose to express how I feel and really be in full alignment and acknowledge how I feel. That's what I choose for myself. I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to be very truthful. And I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to really love myself. And every day I'm going to give my gift. And this is my gift. This is what I give. And I can accept that. And that's good enough. And I'm okay with that. And I feel peace now. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now that I believe it can work out for me, I'm moving forward with my life now. And I'm doing the thing that makes me feel good. And I'm doing what makes me feel happy. Okay, I hope you found today's live stream helpful. If you did, great. Come back again tomorrow. Okay. There is a free EFT GPT that I have created. You can find it on my website. I am GabrielSerra.com. Just type in whatever issue that you have, and you'll be able to work through that issue immediately. Thank you so much for watching. Come back again tomorrow, 4:32 a.m. Central European Time. Until then, keep tapping, and always remember, you are loved. We love you. God loves you. Or I should say, we love you. You are loved. God loves you. We love you, and God loves you. I'll figure that out. But it has to do something with love. We got to have more love in this world. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.